Joined now by Travis Mayer. Travis, we were just talking. You've been at the game since 2013. Feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
But what has been the key for you to stay at the top consistently and also be able to handle some adversity with some years where, you miss qualifying and come right back firing?
Yeah, I mean, I think one is just having a good coach, right? I think a big thing is having somebody in your corner that you trust and don't change coaches every year when something doesn't go well. I mean, me and Max have seen the ups and downs, the highs, the lows throughout my entire career, and times where it's like, all right, maybe do we throw in the towel? And it's like, no, we reassess, look back and see the things that we can change and adjust. And I mean, the fact that I'm still the only one from 2013, I think kind of speaks for itself that no one else here is doing that and has been at that longevity in the sport yet. I mean, yeah, there's the Annies and the other people that have still done it, but I still feel like competing at the highest level, it's pretty special to be able to do that. So I think having a good support system, good coach, all those things kind of fall into it. But yeah.
Some good wisdom. And speaking of wisdom, I know that you went through some changes in the more recent months in this off season. So games prep has looked a little bit different with combining businesses and everything like that.
Yeah.
You're a father of 4. How do you manage all that?
That's a good question. And I feel like I get that question a lot. And I think a lot of it is just I prioritize things at the right time and delegate things. And I have a really awesome wife and family that help support and do these things. Like when I am at the gym and when we are moving a gym and a whole entire business and now combining the businesses and trying to make sure everything flows and is seamless for all the members, it's definitely hard. But I don't know. I've always just made it happen. I feel like you just kind of adapt and you figure it out. And if you want to pursue something, I feel like you make enough effort at it that you can continue to strive towards that. And so for me, being at the games is something I've always loved doing and competing at, and I'm still competitive. So for me, knowing I don't have eternity with this sport, right? Like it's being able to capitalize when you do. And so I'm pretty much just continuing to do that for as long as possible until I feel like I would take away from the family time or take away from other things.
Oh man, I love your perspective on things. I'm going to put you on the spot here because I'm going to be a first-time dad hopefully in October.
Oh,
so
congrats. October's a great month. That was when I was born, so it's a great month
good.
already.
All right, we're off to a good start
this
here.
Is good.
And one piece of sage advice you could give to me as someone who's in the space too, trying to figure out our way as parents eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think you expect the unexpected. I mean, I think you can't ever prepare yourself for it. Like you can read all the books, you can do all the classes, you can do everything you can possibly think of. But I think like every kid's different, how they all operate, even all of mine, they're all so different in every way, shape, and form. But I think just like a healthy baby is like the most important thing, and you love it and care for it, and you're always there showing up for them. I feel like that's the most important thing that you can always like do for your kid. And then hopefully when they get older, they learn to spread their own wings and fly. And I mean, that's what you're trying to cultivate at a young age. But I mean, I think you just soak it up, just enjoy it. The long nights, the crying, it all goes away and it stops. But it's you miss holding them when they just fall asleep on you. I mean, those are some pretty special moments. I wish I soaked up more when they were at that age that you just like kind of forget about because there's so many other things happening. But it's a really cool thing.
Oh man,
it's a really cool thing.
You got me pumped for what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
You said expect the unexpected. It's kind of like the CrossFit Games a little bit, but parent for time, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is, and it's learning to adapt and figure out everything. Like the kid's gonna wake up some nights they might not wake up, and no, that sounded bad.
They'll sleep through the night.
That sounded terrible. Oh my god. No, all my kids are awake and doing well. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just to kind of enjoy it all. It's a lot of fun, and I think everybody always talks about the negative things of raising kids, but I mean, it's so much fun. Like they don't talk about all the awesome things that happen from it, and watch them ride bikes and learn how to score basketball or whatever it is. Like the little things that like they get so excited about, where you kind of see that in CrossFit gym, right? When people get their first muscle up or something else, like that excitement and joy, like, but they have that all the time, which is so fun.
Yeah, that get me fired up, like I mentioned. But we are here for the CrossFit Games.
We are.
A new venue. You've been one of the few athletes that's been to all three of the modern venues, right? What do you think so far about Fort Worth, about what's been announced? You guys just went through some briefings and got some stuff announced from programming perspective, but what's your outlook on it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is probably one of the few years where I'm going into it with kind of no expectation. I'm just kind of like here to enjoy it. I feel like usually I put this pressure and feelings of like I have to do something or I have to hit a certain place to like almost like feel good about the weekend. And usually when I leave, I'm like disappointed and didn't enjoy it. And I think part of doing this is, right, like I love what I do, right? But when I get here, the pressure or whatever else just kind of amplifies. So for me, it's honestly going out, having a good time, and letting the leaderboard speak for itself. And I mean, I think based on what they've announced so far, there are definitely things that I like enjoy doing. And I feel like running, I love running. So the more running, the better for me.
You're a sneaky good runner. You are a sneaky good runner.
I mean, I grew up cross country and stuff. So I mean, I've always like enjoyed just that kind of thing. And then the cleans and that kind of stuff so far. And then we had some just grunt work that we're going to have to do that they just announced, the sledgehammer, which is going to have its own weird obstacles and judging errors, of course, with movement like that. But I think it's going to be pretty cool so far. And I think the venue, the setup of it, it definitely has like a different vibe to it. But I think when that stadium is packed, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think like just knowing everybody's in there, like it's going to get loud. And I think that's always something I loved about Carson, that it was just like, it felt like people were on top of you screaming, which was so cool. And same thing with like Madison, just in the stadium, but knowing all the events are taking place inside, right? It's going to feel better from air conditioning and that side, that it's going to feel pretty good in there, that just knowing everybody's there to watch a good show.
Oh, man. Well, I think we're excited to get the show rolling. I know you are. And, man, best of luck. It's always great catching up. And thank you for the sage advice.
Of course, man. Always.
Appreciate it.